Cool.
Looks like it. Click it works.
That wasn't too bad. Like a lot of times it takes forever to figure out how to do something. Okay, so so we're live streaming. I see myself, and I see myself with a leg now, which is a good sign.
Sure.
I got to figure out how to see you as well, or somehow change that. So I guess I can just share my screen. Just share the entire screen on the live stream. Is that okay? Yeah. So there's a delay. So now they're just going to see everything on my
Cool.
main screen here. So just whatever I'm seeing, they're seeing, so I can see. I think this is the way to go, and then I can have the opposite stuff taken care of and not have my key out, which
sounds good.
I closed that already. So yeah, now I just have to look at the stream tab to know what people are seeing. So I have that up in my second monitor. So right now people are seeing. They're just seeing
terribly lit. Just like this doesn't help, right? I assume this doesn't help. That's probably not.
Oh no, it's behind.
That'll be worse, right?
Yeah, it's got to be in front.
Well,
all right. Should we do introductions again?
Yeah. That's fine. Well, I mean, it's up to you, right? Whatever the right thing to do is.
Okay. I mean, we have this. See, the thing is, the other video is still out there. Like, people can just go to. We didn't get yours. Why don't you do yours again? Because
there's no audio. Yeah. Sure. So my name's Will George. I've been in networking for a long time. I've been in IT generally since like 2001, but a lot of those years I was just doing other things, whatever people told me to do, kind of stuff. Oh my goodness, I gotta.
And your audio is recording. I checked the live stream and
cool.
I heard you talk.
Great. So, but yeah, so I've been in IT forever. I've been a network guy. I wanted to be a network guy for a very long time. You know, I had my NA, and then I had already recertified my NP twice before I ever had a job with network in the title, right? But I finally started having a job with network in the title as whatever I said before. I think 2014 or so, right? And I've been as focused on networking since then as I could make myself, right? In later years, you know, it's been a lot of automation, a lot of like DevOps stuff as well, running a lot of cloud stuff, right? But networking's kind of the coolest one, so it's the superior IT discipline. So
awesome.
I say so anyway.
Yeah, well, if the difficulty of it is any measure of whether it's superior
it's
or not.
the easy one. It's the easy one.
Okay.
It's the easy one, because here's the deal. Here's why it's the easy one. What I'm going to say is never all the way absolutely true in any context for anything, but for networking, more often than not, it is much more deterministic, right? So nothing is always deterministic. Nothing, you'll never have a product and, you know, that it always behaves exactly the way it's supposed to, et cetera, right? There will be bugs and things, but the incidence of bugs and the incidence of just sort of like IT voodoo is just so much lower in networking, right? I love to work on a thing and know that if it's broken, it's my fault and I can fix it, right? Because if it's my fault, then I can fix it. If it's just like, oh, well, sometimes on Tuesdays, the servers don't like it when you type this, right? Like, then it's like, how do I fix that, right? So networking has always been that's why I've always loved it. It's because I assert that it is more deterministic than most of the other IT disciplines, right?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assertion for sure. So the other thing in the other video, we went over Tom, but your audio wasn't
Yeah.
working for that. Should we go over Tom again briefly?
Sure.
And people can go back and look at the other video for. Oh no, they can't because there's no audio. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have Tom up
and
here.
then there's Tom, and then there should be a link to the docs. Yeah, online docs. Right? Yeah.
There we go.
And then what is Tom is kind of the best one to look at, right? So the point of Tom, and then we can go ahead and if you show that that diagram, it's about a page down, right? Yeah, this guy. So this diagram is not, I can't take credit for this, right? This diagram, I forget his name. The Suzy Q guy. I think it's Dinesh. Is his name Dinesh? I think I don't remember. The Suzy Q guy. He presented it. It's that it's just a reimagining of that diagram, right? So him and the other guys at Network Automation Forum kind of came up with this thing. And it's just a way of talking about like how different components of network automation kind of fit together. So Tom Smykowski is supposed to be the thing that talks directly to your gear. That's kind of the point of it. And what I assert, the reason why I think it's worth building this thing is because at that layer, you have to implement a lot of just stuff, just nuts and bolts, just ways to make it work. And you have to do that for anything that's going to talk to the gear. And you're just reinventing the same wheel over and over and over again. And you're doing so inevitably with inconsistent reliability, inconsistent security, it's better to centralize those functions so that you can assure that they're all done at the level of robustness and reliability and redundancy and all those things as you need. And then like you prove that once, and then you can just use it a bunch of times for all your other projects, right? So part of it is just to do all those functions like better, right? And do them in a centralized way. The other thing is it can be really useful to have an explicit boundary there where that everything kind of past this point is never going to talk directly to your devices. So if there's a web interface or if it's a thing that's like accepting webhooks from Slack or whatever, I would generally prefer that those things not talk directly to my gear. If anything gets broken, compromised, if there's a bug or some kind of a CVE or security thing for something like Django or Fast API or whatever, I'd rather that none of those things be the thing that talks directly to my gear. I want, a couple layers of indirection there. And so, and we'll kind of see this later. Tom has that built in, right? There's a controller that you talk to, and then there's jobs get passed down to Redis, and then the workers pick up those jobs and go from there. And so what that means is that there's not really a way to just directly talk to your gear. Also, your creds are never ever present in the controller. They never need to be used by anything north of the worker themselves. And there's lots of mechanisms for sort of securely storing them and securely accessing them and things like this. And the goal, it's just a little bit safer, right? You're less likely to kind of show up on somebody's naughty list in an audit, that kind of a thing. So that's kind of the point of Tom. I feel like this time around I didn't actually explain the actual things it does, so we should probably say that. So the functions that it is centralizing is it talks to your source of truth, whatever that is. It talks to a secure sort of credential store, right? Something like HashiCorp Vault, right? So it does that for you. It also maintains a library of templates, right? So you use these templates to digest. You take just blobs of text off the gear, and you want to turn that into structured data, right? Using something like TextFSM or TTP. Managing those libraries per project, right, gets to be cumbersome and can be the reason why things break, right? You've got a copy of certain libraries, like say from the NTC templates repo. and you're working off of that, there's an upstream change and somebody pulls a new copy of the repo and maybe the template you're using has changed, and now that breaks your automation and things like this. So there's just value to kind of solving all those problems like once in a very robust way, and then just using them over and over and over again from every other project. So that's Tom Smykowski. And then Tom Smykowski is Tom Smykowski because that's the name of the middleman guy from Office Space, right? So
that's a funny name. Okay.
That right there is probably worth looking at, right? That's just a very simplified sequence diagram, right? So you just API request to Tom, right? Tom looks up the inventory, talking to whatever system it needs to talk to do that, right? So you just say, hey, device R1, do this command, right? Tom has to look up, well, what is device R1? How do I talk to that, right? Okay, so I should use NetMiko, and this is, a Juniper device, so I need to use this sort of parameter with NetMiko to talk to it, that kind of stuff. It just looks all those parameters up, right? It creates a job, right? The worker then looks up the credentials that go along with that device and then uses them to talk to the device. And then the results of the job percolate back up to whoever called, whoever called that API, right? This can do it. It also has explicit support for asynchronous. So it's asynchronous, like by default. There's a mode where you can so by default, what it would do is it would just give you a job ID and then immediately return. And then you have to keep calling and, hey, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Right. If you're doing large scale, that's what you want to do at scale. But for testing or whatever, you can just tell it to wait. Just wait till the job's complete and then give me that result. Right. So that's sort of the more convenient thing when you're doing ad hoc stuff. But that's sort of the usage pattern. The other thing that's worth kind of saying is, or it's somewhat implicit with this diagram, but Tom it's a service, right? It's not like a library that you import into your code or anything like that. It's a service that operates as broker. And that's also what makes it sort of very language agnostic, right? You can talk to it Python, JavaScript, Go, whatever, right? One of the first thing I wrote that talks to Tom is there's a Go CLI client. And we can look at that later too if you want. So,
yeah, that sounds great. I'm just using anyone in this who might be watching later or whatever. Some context is we were just at AutoCon 4. Is how we connected. I got this notepad here from that, so I'm gonna just take a quick note of what we got. So we got the Jitsi stream. Then we've got the YouTube live stream, just so I can not.
God, this lighting is god awful.
Then we've got the lab, and then we've got just a browser tab. Okay, but I think we're good. We got all the audio going. Everything's good. So I think the next step. We want to just keep scrolling down and talking about the README here, or to go on to.
I guess just take a quick look at architecture real quick.
Okay. Oh, this link is down.
That's sad, but if you go back, that's not the link. First of all, I want to see what link that was so I can see what's broken. Which one did that? That was
this.
That link clearly is bad. But if you click on where it says.
That link is good. The link that is bad is the one up here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, if you go back and click on the one that worked, we can get there.
Yeah.
Scroll down. There's another. That's still the architecture there as well. It was under config.
Config
or core concept rather. Core concept.
Or core concepts configuration.
Nope. Architecture.
Oh, core concepts architecture. Got it.
Okay, so here's kind of what Tom is, right? So you've got a controller. You've got Redis, you've got a worker, you've got a credential store, right? So the controller, this is where you issue commands to, right? You tell the controller there's work that needs to get done. It will go and talk to an inventory source. An inventory source can be, so there's 4 things that are supported today. One of them is just a YAML file, if you want. That's kind of like the worst version of it. Then there's sort of Netbox and Autobot, right? And I think today we're planning on using Autobot. And then there's also, just because it was convenient for me, SolarWinds, right? So the best source of truth is a source of truth. The second best source of truth is just your monitoring system, because it knows which devices you have because you've configured it probably, right? So what it gets from that is it's basically just like, hey, here's how you should talk to this piece of equipment. It doesn't get credentials from that. But it will get what a reference to a credential. So like credential will have a name, right? So my creds one or prod creds or whatever, right? And it just gets a reference that it can hand off to the workers, right? So it creates a job that passes through Redis. Kind of the reason I keep harping on where the creds exist is because, for instance, like if my API crashes and then dumps like a core dump, right? I don't want my creds in there, right? Again, with Redis, if I'm looking at the logs on Redis, I don't want my creds to just be visible, right? I don't want my creds in the web server logs and things like this, right? So the job spec just goes to Redis. The worker picks that up, right? And then again, in that job, it says like, hey, use creds labeled XYZ, and it can go look those up from something like HashiCorp Vault, which has a secure sort of credential store. I don't have it implemented yet, but it could also talk to something like AWS Secrets Manager, and then like Nautobot has like a secrets module, and there's other secure ways to store credentials. So the point is that the workers are the only ones that actually need the creds, so they're the only ones that have the creds, right? And look those up there, right? And then the worker talks to your network device using those creds, right? Runs the commands you said to run, saves that output, saves it as sort of the job results. That gets back into Redis, which makes it back to the controller, and the controller gives it back to you, right?
Awesome. Do you know what your internet connection is? Do you have a good one?
It's 1 gig, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
gig.
Yeah,
gig,
I'm 600. I'm just seeing a warning that the bit rate is low. I'm just worried that like there'll be something like, no audio or something where like.
Well, I hope not.
But yeah, I hope not either. I think a low bit rate is okay.
Should be. I mean, if you can understand me, then I would assume that's also what's going to be going to make it into the stream probably.
It might look fuzzy, but I included the link in the description so people can get a sense of what we're looking at and then follow it along using that link in the description rather than just.
It looks entirely clear to me.
Perfect. Okay.
But we'll see, right? I don't know. I don't know if that means it'll be good on the stream. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it will be. Okay. So should we jump into the lab or?
I think probably this is just a much more detailed version of that other sequence diagram. So those details exist, but I think what we've already talked about is probably good enough, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I think what makes sense is for me to so I'm screen sharing in Jitsi. So sharing the screen, show me what I'm sharing. Okay. Yeah. So this this panel here like that. I just want to make sure that I'm showing stuff that makes sense in the live stream. Yeah, so you see my screen one with a browser open on the right, and then potentially incriminating tabs icons on the left. I guess.
I don't know what's over there, but
a lot of games. Okay, so we'll go into the lab, and then I'll open the one I had before. Real demo 2. Oops, is that no Tom demo 2? Yeah. Okay. And then I had already dropped.
And then is this thing going to have access to what you had for Nautobot deployed? Or are you going to redeploy Nautobot, or how's that going to work?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I guess we can redeploy Nautobot. I think Nautobot is deployed on the worker server that was a part of this original one. So this original topology I created in advance has these two worker servers here. These are just switches. GNS3 does switches weird. So I think it's on this one.
Okay.
So
I mean, it would probably make sense to kind of do it in this environment, or if there's just some other way that it can have sort of data plane reachability. It's not that something like Nautobot is a strict requirement for Tom, but it's like Tom doesn't make sense unless you have something for it to talk to, if that makes sense, right? You certainly can use just YAML files as your inventory source and stuff, but that's just what every other network automation demo in the universe is, just YAML files, editing YAML files the whole time. So
yeah,
that's the only reason why I keep harping on, like, boy, it would be good if we had Nautobot or something. But it's actually not required. We can't just use any YAML files if we need to. So
yeah, we should have Nautobot up on there. I'm gonna try. I'll try the other one. I might have to install it. This is the problem with vibe coding, is that you try to set things up and then like forget what the AI was doing. So so this is the, let's see here, change the host name. So this is like a worker server. Is that what you would call it?
What's going to run here? Is this the thing that's going to run Tom?
This is going to contain the source of truth, and yeah, Tom is going to run on this server. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just a worker server is fine. Yep. You can do more complicated things, but this is also fine as well, right?
Call it Tom server, maybe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay. Power that on, and then I'll delete. I don't know why it's not opening the console menu tab, but this should be the console for it.
Okay.
Okay, so while that's going, we can add some devices to it. So I'm pretty sure these images are good. We'll have to give it internet access, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that server, or realistically, is it going to be able to, like, if you can, are you going to be able to pull like from the Git repo, stuff like that?
So this is yes, but it's Ubuntu 18.04.
Well, that should be fine. Well, is it going to be able, like, if it can run Docker commands? As long as it can run Docker commands.
Yeah, it can.
Okay, then everything should be fine, I would expect.
Oh shoot, this one confused, but okay, so we just need a CLI to come up on this. So the other one I do have. Oh yeah. So this is probably, this is the way to do it. Okay. Yeah, it's coming back to me. So we should drop the the Maestro automation core. That's the way to do it. And then I think we get into it through Apache Guacamole here, and that should be actually into it that way. Oops, so I got to do right. Okay, I can do it. Okay, and then so yeah, now I should be on this here. So we don't even need these. I think yeah, let's get rid of those. Get rid of this. Yeah, don't need this. Okay, and this should have Nautobot already installed. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so this hopefully is this guacamole portal should be to that. So once it comes up, the idea is that
Your node there looked like it was turned off. Is it still turned off?
yeah, okay. Yeah, this is a real system now. Okay, perfect. So we just got a CLI on that. We've got it'd be so cool if it just popped up like that. The CLI on it's probably active. Let's see. That's I can hear my Dell PowerEdge he's starting to power up more. Okay, so maybe we have. Okay, so we do have SSH access to this machine here, which is 2404. Yep. This is the one actually in the lab though. So do a cat, see OS release. This one's 1804, but
so can it access like Docker Hub and stuff? Like so if you do like
yeah,
or even maybe try to clone the repo.
So it looks like it doesn't have Docker installed, but I can definitely try to clone the. Yeah, I think it's we have to hook it up to we have to bridge it up to the internet. Yeah, network is unreachable. So I think yeah, I have to get up to an internet cloud. So okay. And then the idea is that actually I think this will go up to the so
there's one of them called Internet Cloud. Is that the one you need?
It might be. I think it's this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ah, shoot. We need another interface on it. This. So, which one is it?
You need to tell it to like pull an address or anything?
Yeah, I think it's the one labeled NAT. This is the one I have to use. So let's see here. Here. Oh, this is okay. This is a good time to do that. So get rid of this by delete. Clicking yes. Delete all selected objects. Yes. Which one might accidentally delete? Okay, there we go. Delete the link as well. Yeah, we're going to need this. So do configure adapters. You need all just add two just in case. Okay. Can't add them if it's. I think it can't be added if it's powered up. So power it down. And then try to add the adapter now.
Doesn't like that.
Yeah. Probably. Okay. We need more than one. Okay. There we go. Now it got on there. Power that up. Okay. And now connections closed on that. Bring it up. New tab. Console is now available, but the device isn't booted up. So hopefully we'll see that good Linux stuff that shows all the daemons starting up. Okay, that looks better. New connection error. Ready to establish a new connection.
There you go.
Yeah. So now it's got enough adapters on it. Network is still unreachable.
I don't know if this is the case for 1804, but IP space adder should tell you like interface details, but 18 was a long time ago. So if not that one, then IF config. Is that the old school?
IF config. You should get it via DHCP. Just try dropping another node here. So try that one. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, let's see if this one works. I'll just try it, and if it works, then I can add more ports later. That's interesting. I think this is 1804 as well. Yeah, this is 1804 as well. I mean, we've got a lot of them to try. So I mean, just try every single one. Shoot, I was hoping these two would work.
When you well, never mind. Yeah, when you're building with this thing, is there a mode where you can access it like from your laptop? So
yeah,
if your laptop has Docker, you can run it there, right? Now, I don't know where it needs to be able to reach the gear, right? So, or the pretend gear. So I don't know if that's practical.
Yeah, I can open it here and work with it here. It's a little bit slicker if I do that. So I think I'll just do that. Go into the projects library, refresh the list, and have.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've like had to monkey around with GNS3. So like I used to know the magic way to get it talking to the host and get it talking to the internet. I used to know all that stuff, but it's been a long time. So
Yeah, projects in the library isn't showing up, which is surprising. Shoot, my client version got out of sync with the controller. Yeah. I don't know how easy that is to fix. That's such a frustrating problem because I mean it's good that they're constantly pushing updates, but like it's so easy for that to happen if you're using a remote server.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so get rid of this here. I can just drop another. Cloud. Power everything down. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. Later on, I'll get those synced up again because it might be better if it's local. Okay, so I'll drop that in that cloud while it's going. It's probably go for sure. Oh no, it's just. Um, okay, that one has 3 already. That cloud there. This one. Yes. Sheets. Should be fine. Oh, this is the one that wasn't it wasn't opening in another tab. Yeah, this is the one that wasn't opening in another tab. This is probably better. Yeah, unfortunately, um, my plans with this lab was you would just guacamole into Maestro, um, and then you could have Maestro be simulated in any topology. So this is IP. Yeah, okay. So then you would hook it up to the lab, so it would be this one. So you have to, yeah. So you could use the different ones in the labs. That was my plan with it. I worked a lot with the AIs to try to get that running, but it's maybe it works if maybe it might be connected up to this one. I think I have a I think I have one. I I have internet access to a Linux machine on this topology. So I think if we just use this topology,
Sure.
well, yeah, we'll be better off.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
And this,
yeah, and this topology, since we were talking about AutoCon 4, this is directly out of John Capobianco's Automate Your Network book. This is
cool.
Yeah. So this is a better topology to use anyway. We have OOB
Yeah, that's
admin.
great.
Yeah, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. I was just hoping we could simplify things, but apparently not. Making it more complicated is what makes it work.
Yeah. Well, I've always a lot of these. This is true of just networking. Never mind even network automation, but a lot of the learning when people try to simplify it, obviously it's good to try to simplify stuff when you're teaching somebody something, but what a lot of people, what they wind up doing is they simplify it past the point that there's any problem for any of the tools to solve. So all the tools look useless, right? Like, so that, right? Like, it's hard to understand the point of a technology or a tool without seeing the problem it's supposed to solve, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, too small of a topology turns into there's no problems to solve, right? Because it's just like, and it's, even when you're just learning like routing protocols and stuff, right? When I was doing my NP, the all the topologies they would show you for even like MPLS and stuff would just be 2 routers, right? It's just like, yeah, you could do it, but half the features don't even do anything when it's just 2 routers, right? Things like that.
Okay, so this is live now. I'm gonna ping 8.8.8.8 like before. The lag is just that's something I still haven't figured out yet. It's how to make it less laggy. Oh man.
Yeah, but that looks like Pigeon.
Yeah.
I think you got.
So it should be accessible through here. I don't get why it's so laggy. But anyway, we have access to the internet now.
Cool.
It is super laggy, which is annoying, but we should have Docker on here as well.
That's like a. Is that your lab I'm hearing in the background? It sounds like a.
But yeah, you are
Sounds like a
hearing the
jet
lab.
engine. Take
It's
it
like
off.
a jet engine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have my video is really small right now, but
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm pointing my camera at it. So we're there for that. It's just a Blade server. I got it a long
Okay.
time ago,
Yeah.
like in 2020. But I mean, I'm trying to figure out because we can figure it out, right? Because it's the like here. I'll open up a command prompt, and then I'll do SSH. Find that and I have to do oh no, I don't. No, I don't, because I'm using key-based authentication. So like if we do like that htop, you should see like what the holdup is. So it's using a lot of memory.
Yeah.
I think a big reason is this swap. I've got to turn that off.
Yeah. I mean, your CPUs are cooking up there. They're doing work.
Yeah, that could be it too, because the CPUs are super low. The load is I think the load. Oh, I think the load's very bad because there's 24, so the load should be under 24.
Yeah. I think that isn't load like that counter is supposed to be like the number of, in theory, the number of cores that are occupied, but then like you can, hyper threading and stuff like that, right? The number goes, it can go higher than the number of actual cores because of that, right?
Okay.
I mean, that still like means it's heavily utilized, but like, I think that's what that means, right?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure exactly what that means. I mean, I do have. If we want to go AI, we can go AI, but I think we could probably pretty easily get off track if we do that.
Yeah. I mean, it ran a couple commands, right? So I don't know. I mean, like if it's responsive now.
I've got Docker up, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to try to pull the repo,
Great.
because there's a Docker compose file in there.
Okay.
That you'll want. GitHub.com. I can.
Okay, so I'm at the home drive. So wd/home/gposh.
So you probably just want to go ahead and just make some folder that you can dump this in, and
okay.
Yeah.
Pasting has to be enabled. Paste. Put the board. Copy paste. So it's got settings. I had it down here. Clipboard. Wow. Where that's. This. It's still loading.
You can just throw the repo in there. It's just HTTPS github.com/ and then you got the thing from the tab in the top left.
Okay, WR. I have no idea how to fix that lag. I think it's this. I think if I just turn swap off, that should.
You've got. I mean, you got 90 gigs, right? So
yeah,
you would think you could roll without swap, but I don't know the. I've been using Linux for a while, but I never. I just don't know. All my rules of thumb for like what's a smart idea or a bad idea are Windows based. Yeah. Oh, did I lose you? I'm up. I'm still here. I think. Looking at the stream. Yeah. It's my stream now. Yeah. This is my audio right here. Yeah. Well, let's see it. Let's see if Graham comes back. The thronging masses yearning for his return. Oh, now it's just me. Oh no, blue screen. We'll see if he can make it back, or if this concludes today's activities. Yeah. Yeah. I think the reason it's online is so. So what he said is, hold on, this audio is killing me. I gotta stop this. This is driving me nuts. Okay, so they because the conference call software is talking directly to YouTube, right? So it's not his computer controlling it. It's just the Jitsi or whatever. Oh man, I'm still alive. What's the way to say this? Would be the thing worth seeing, right? The thing. I gotta figure out my lighting situation. Let me see. Let me see if I can get to his lab here. Can we get to the lab? He sent me the link. This is the link. This is the correct browser. All right, let's see it. Let's see if we can roll this guy. Let's see if we can roll. Let's see here. Entire screen. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? That's a good idea. Let's get this out of the. How do I get rid of this? What is this? Hide. Hide? Don't hide. Hide. I clicked hide. I don't know. Oh no. I'm going to throw my computer out the window. Make it go away. All right. Let's see if we can get in here. I mean, I'm not gonna just run this without. Well, let's see. Let's see if this works. Looks like. What did he want to do here? He said. I show on the landing page. Go to Guacamole. Yeah, allow. This thing he said here, which was that worked. I don't need to save your stuff. And then I don't know if I click on this. Nope, that's not the one he was in though. Back. This one, Maestro Desktop, right? admin. If I figured it out. I figured out how to make it go away. Okay, it didn't like that. Back here, Maestro Desktop. Let's try that one. This whole thing here is pretty wild. The way he's got all this set up. All right, reconnect. No, let's try it. Nope. All right. This one. That works. Man, what is this font situation? My goodness. Cool. There's some Docker stuff running. is this? I guess I can get to this too, huh? And this font situation is oh. Yeah. You want to use HTTPS for this. He needs an invite. How do I give him an invite? How do I? Oh, he made it.
I made it. Yeah. I think what happened is if anyone watches Linus Tech Tips, actually Linus Torvalds, the creator of Linux, was on recently, and I just bought new RAM, and it's non-error correcting RAM.
Yeah.
So I think it might have. I'm thinking it like here's my old RAM. Like if this is error correcting, I should probably just crack open my case and put it back in. But I don't see that it is.
Well, my recollection, and it's been a long time since I was deep into this stuff, but my recollection is like you had to kind of ECC was a thing you either just had or you didn't have, and like if the motherboard supported it, you could only run ECC, and if it didn't,
really?
then you couldn't. But this is all circa 15 years ago. The last time I looked that up, right? So that may no longer be the case. I don't know, but I'm in here and I have the repo. Is this the correct Maestro server that I should have put it on?
Oh, you got the repo on there? No, we're not going to put it on the Maestro server. We're going to put it on OOB admin.
Well,
so if you're in Guac, you got here through Guacamole, right?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah, just hit the back arrow. There should be a way to get into OOB admin. Yeah, so that one right there.
So
yeah,
this one has so far not worked. I guess I can close these. The two I was able to get to work were the these two guys.
Okay.
Maestro SSH and then Lab SSH.
Oh, I see. So just the SSH, Lab SSH and Maestro SSH. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could get you on OOB admin.
Yeah, if you want, we can reschedule this, right? So I don't have stuff set up, but I could make that a true statement. I could set up a lab that we can mess around with. But right now, the only stuff I have that's running right now is like work stuff. So we wouldn't be able to play with that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, if you give me like I can get this better. I just have to spend some time like vibe coding with it, but I should be able to basically. I think if you're here and you just click OOB admin desktop RDP and that actually connects instead of not being able to connect.
Yeah.
I could get that working in a few hours, and then and then the lag might be bad, but I might even be able to figure out how to get the lag so it's not so bad. Yeah, I mean, I think it was good to just establish the connection. We went over Tom a little bit. the README and the architecture and all that. So yeah, maybe because we've probably already been on for like an hour. So yeah, if we can reconvene, like it'd be great to do this like as a regular thing. I'll definitely put in hours in between. Oh, look at that! Look at that! It's up! It's up! It's up!
Amazing.
So yeah, go to application terminal.
Where is that? Applications.
Yep, applications. Yeah, this is a Linux desktop. So I think this is where the lag is absolute beast. Is this all lag? Is that what that's not opening up?
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Terminal.